All right, guys, just a quick video sharing with you this very cool Rolex quote Cermit. I guess we call it the Cermit, right? This is the 126610 LV. Obviously, it's black dial, date with a green ceramic bezel insert. So this is the newer 41. This is the only way this one was made, really. And here is the regular no date, my watch, the 124060 next to it. There's something about that black dial with a green bezel insert. It just really, really works. It's a very, very cool, fun looking watch. Of course, you know, you could have went with a Hulk back in the day. They would have had the green with the green dial. I feel like that one's a really cool looking watch, but it's just a bit too much green. This one has the right amount of green in the right spot. I think it just works really good. The LV has the 3235 movement in it for the date and the 70-hour power reserve, all that good stuff, anti-magnetism, shock resistant, all that good stuff. Whereas the no date is the 3230 movement. I'm still learning this stuff, guys, too, so excuse me if I blub any of this up, but I just wanted to take the opportunity because I was in the presence of them to share this with you. So I measure the case. If you measure from like the 40 to the 10, from here to here, which is a proper way to measure it, it is actually like 41 millimeter. So that's where they get the measurement. If you measure it somewhere else, like you're not going to get 41. It's going to be a little less. And actually, if you measure the bezel I measured all the way across just from side to side is only like 40.6 millimeter. So it's kind of a weird thing to get these measurements. And then the lug to lug on it is 48. And I mean, the subs are just super clean and classic measurements all over, with a thickness of 12.5 millimeter, and then a 21 millimeter lug width here, and the bracelet tapers down to 16.5. I always thought it was 17 from watching other videos, but I measure 16.5 on the taper, and then the clasp is 18.5 millimeters, so it's a little bit wider. Well, all those measurements are kind of wider than the previous model, the 114060, the maxi case, or super case maxi dial. Again, like I said, I'm still learning, so I'm going to blub some of this up. 7 millimeter crown, screw down, obviously, 300 meter water resist, all that good stuff. 120 click bezel action. I have to like stop talking when I spin the bezel because hopefully you're hearing that. It is the best bezel sound and feel on any dive watch. Tudor owns the 60 click market for sure. They have the best 60 click, but the 120 click is, is supreme in the Rolex Submariner for sure. Speaking of the Tudor, here it is, the 18K Black Bay 58. So very similar size cases. I mean, this one's 41, this one's 39, but the lug to lug on this guy's 47, where this one's 48, and then they're really close to the same thickness. So if you are, if you're looking at getting a sub, or looking at wanting a sub, I should say, you could do a lot worse than just trying to find yourself a nice Tudor Black Bay 58. I wouldn't say it's a substitute, but it's definitely a good stand-in while you're waiting for that Rolex Submariner. And there's the blue one, there's the black with the gilt, which is my favorite one. Of course, there's a silver, the actual silver case, and then there's this gold one, but I wouldn't, recommend buying the gold Black Bay 58 instead of a sub. They're probably equally as hard to get, and these are like 17,000, whereas these guys here, the date model is 9,550, and then the no date, I think retail on it is 8,100. I think I paid like 85 or something like that with tax. So yeah, don't forget about that tax. That's gonna jack your price up a little bit more. So just a really good, clean looking watch overall, and they're just fantastic to see these in the person. It's just nice to have the opportunity to do so. I mean, look at that date magnifier. It's absolutely perfect. Beautiful gloss dial on that thing. Nice handset. It's a little bit, we were comparing them to the previous gen sub, and the handset is a little bit longer. I mean, there's a bunch of videos out there showing you all the differences already. So if you guys have any questions, I can definitely share more on my sub. This one, not so much. I have limited access to some of these watches that I'm going to be showing you over the next few days. But if you guys have any questions, you know, I can meet up with my buddy Detroit Spartan again, and hopefully we can try to fill in any gaps that I certainly left on the table here. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next vid.